When a severe storm hits, hail and high-speed winds can cause excessive damage to your home. This can lead to blown-off shingles, broken windows, siding damage, and leaking inside. If you suspect your home has been hit with storm damage, contact CNN Construction today. We are a proud GAF Master Elite contractor offering free exterior home inspection for storm-related damages. CNN is a reputable licensed roofing and general contractor working hand-in-hand with insurance companies and homeowners every step of the way through the difficult claims and restoration process. We will meet with your insurance adjuster to discuss the damages to your property, the value of those repairs, and the scope of work needed at your home. Our skilled team has you covered and will leave your home looking brand new. Give us a call today at 844-415-ROOF or visit our website at cnroofs.com for a free exterior inspection. C&N Construction. We find the solutions, not the excuses.
Hang on a second, guys. One second.
What up?
We've got to give a shout out to South Nashville Heating and Cooling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Friend and supporter, showing proof. Also, the longest running sponsor of I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast.
Absolutely. Look, man, South Nashville Heating and Cooling, where quality and craftsmanship come together. They've been doing this since 1985. That's almost 40 years of service. Expert designs, quality installations, superior service.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something.
What's that?
Tell me.
I feel confident in the fact that South Nashville Heating and Cooling will keep me warm in the winter.
For sure.
It'll keep me cool in the summer.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, these middle months, you'll be comfortable even then.
Absolutely, dude.
Y'all know the deal, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling, we love those guys. Y'all see the name, y'all see the number. Tap in.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Always.
Damn.
It's I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop, because trust us, we never do. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squints.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle fizzle.
Forever and always. With me as usual, my partner in crime, ChadArmesTV.com.
Stomped.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, another guest tonight. This one, though, is a little different.
Yeah.
Fun fact. I recently saw Young Buck label this young woman as Cashville's new queen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Pretty Shy in the building.
What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Shy, a.k.a. the Tennessee Princess. Not to toot my own horn, but beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Hell yeah.
You should, though, Shy.
Yeah.
So, Pretty Shy. She has been on my radar now for a little while. In reality, I tagged her on Facebook, on Instagram, and requested that she pull up.
Yeah.
And then, like, the moment I did that, you talk about, like, all these, like, pieces falling into place of, like, mutual friends and just, like, associations we have as a podcast over Chad Arms TV, and that migrate over to Shy and her current run she's on as far as what she's doing in the city.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too difficult to get her over here, but I'm glad you're here, because where you're at right now, Shy, is you're making a pretty good stance in this city.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
But you should talk that shit when people throw those flowers. Or like you said, toot your own horn, so to speak. I think she said toot. She said toot.
Toot my own horn, yeah. She a bit my own horn, yeah.
Beep, beep.
No, for sure.
So the catalog. Currently, Shy has a new single available now, right?
Big Kahuna, yep.
That is right. The Big Kahuna. The Big Kahuna is available now. Banging ass record.
Yeah.
Is that the verse I tagged you on?
Yeah, that's it.
Boom. Perfect. I'm so glad too, because
yeah.
Man, there's not many females in this city that can just jump into this lane and just make a stance and just be like a pretty dominant force. And Shy has every characteristic of a female that is capable of doing these things. The Big Kahuna record, the verse that I heard Shy spit and I tagged her on Instagram, this girl, and we've had a few females over here on the show.
Yeah, shout out Squeak.
Shout out Triple Play Squeak and whoever else.
Sarah Ross.
But female rappers wise, I think.
Female artist, yeah. Sis was on it, Mel's been on it,
yeah. But Squeak's the only female rapper that's been over here, unfortunately.
Yeah, until Shy. Yeah,
Until Shy.
Yep.
But
Squeak, that's my girl.
yeah, shout out Squeak. She's a sweetheart.
she is.
It's about time for her to pull back up soon, I think.
Yeah.
But that's a different discussion. But where was I going? I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about just her being one of the best, best females in Nashville.
Well, the Kahuna record, the Big Kahuna record hit. When I saw this verse, I didn't realize that was the single. You know what I mean? Like I caught like the verse because the way that Shy spit it on her Instagram, she's sitting in her car or some shit, and the beat's playing, and she just snaps, dude. Like fucking snaps, and the verse is on point. It's fire.
Thank you.
They told me never to say never, Let's keep it 100. I ain't never fucked a lame and never tripped about no money. I ain't never chased a nigga or asked no one to love me. See them switch to other sides because they thought it's sunny. Told them petty. Been making niggas double back for credit. I'm bad and real, like don't need no motherfucking idiot. I said it. These bitches burst and talk too much like parrots. It be sunny on my neck, not no motherfucking Jerry's. Let's be honest. I stay in bitches' mouth like orthodontist. Said I would fuck them up, and I did. I kept my promise. I'm a goddess. I'm popping shit. Fuck that being modest. This Birkin holder, baby drink. I ain't talking to Donis. Told her run.
But then I saw heard the record and realized that was the same shit. But at the same time, it's still a dope record as a single. But I loved it when she just with the way I got it the first time set up the single. You know what I mean? Like she couldn't miss with it. I was glad to be able to hear that verse on an actual record, opposed to having to continuously go back to seeing this girl sit in her car just spitting this fire.
Right.
Because I don't go out of my way to tag many people that I don't know immediately, especially a female artist.
Yeah, and I thank you. I do appreciate that. Like, I really do appreciate that. That's everything. I appreciate everyone who goes out their way to show support to me because it really goes a long way. Definitely being a local artist, like, people don't know, it is appreciated. But, yeah, you know, had to put it on the beat. I really love that record. I noticed now that most times I will do a freestyle in my car every now and then, and those do really well. Like, people really gravitate to them. They pick up. People love that. They ask me, like, do it more consistently, do it more.
Yeah.
And, you know, depending on the feedback or the response that they'll get from, you know, Instagram, Facebook, wherever I share it, you know, it might encourage me, okay, let me finish this off. Let me add another verse. Let me make it a dope-ass record and put it to a beat. And seeing, like, Big Kahuna do what it did, I'ma was one of the first songs that I had did like that, and I had a really great response from that song. So I mean, it feel good because honestly, like, I've been doing it for a while, and on my rise, on my journey, a issue that I have had is finding my identity. You know, like with the market being so oversaturated with female artists, it's like, oh, don't nobody. I was told many times, like, throughout this journey that, you know, people don't want to hear me rap. Not anything personally to me, but they like, you know, it's a lot of female rappers. The wave is sexual. You know, the wave is this. The wave is, you know, rap about your poom poom. Rap. Not saying like it's the must, but it's like
shout out poom poom.
Shout out Poom Poom. Yeah. It's what get picked up. So I found myself like a few times during my journey, like losing myself musically, and, you know, from writing or rapping about what I want to and being like, okay, let me record to this song or to this beat because this is what's doing good on TikTok. This is what the people want. So when I drop records like that starts off as a freestyle in my car and put it on the beat, and it's just no verse, no hook, no chorus, nothing. It's just me, all bars, and people pick up on that. I have noticed, like, that's what people love to hear the most from me, and that made me feel good because it makes me feel like, okay, like, even where I'm at now in my career, I'm still finding my identity, you know? I'm still finding out, like, who I am, what works for me. Like, it's the journey never ends. And so stuff like that, like, what you saying, that it made me feel really, really good because it's like, damn, like, you know, that's something else that, like, you know, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm set aside. You know, it's
no, you definitely are.
For sure. Yeah.
My work is appreciated. It feels good. It feels good.
Well, I mean, you know, I hate to label myself an OG, but when it comes to, like, years I've spent on this rock, I'm kind of falling into that category lately. I'm kind of against it, but it is what it is. I'll own it. But I'm gonna tell you, Shy, there's been very rare occurrences in my personal life, and I've been involved with music for a long time, for whatever credit that may hold. I have never wanted to, like, approach a female rapper, so to speak, and tell them they're fucking dope. I swear to God. And I'm not saying that because she's on the show right now. I'm literally saying it because it's literally like one of the most genuine flowers I could throw at you. But like the way you possess this shit as far as an artist goes, you have like a dominant presence. You know what I'm saying? You spit with aggression, you spit with confidence and sass. You know what I'm saying? But like the sexiness shit's still there. The classy shit's still there. And then the whoop your ass shit's still there. Like all these three characteristics mixed with a beautiful young girl is that shit hits different. You know what I mean? Sure. And that's what literally, when we talk about female artists across the country, I'm not singling nobody out right now, so fuck everybody. I'm saying that for a female to be as young as you are, because Shy's a young girl, and possess all three of those traits that I just mentioned, not that they're the only key traits needed or anything like that. I'm just saying this is just my personal opinion. Most fall short in one of the three, maybe two of the three. You know what I mean? Like to be able to consistently be aggressive in all three of those particular categories. There's one more category I'll mix in there too. I'll add that in a minute. Hang on. But that's a very slim lane as far as female artists go. So yeah, own that shit, fucking like to the fullest. You know what I mean?
That makes me light up like a light bulb because that's new for me to hear that. Like I say that because I'm really shy. I'm naturally a very shy person. Like majority of my like younger years, definitely being in school, I was bullied. I had a really bad speech and fragment, and I mean I wasn't the littest. You know, that didn't come on until later on. Yeah. And so I just always like been bullied, been talked about being really like depressed, really like not confident about myself. Okay. Like confidence is just something like I used to pray for as a kid. My mom had a lot of confidence, and I could say like I kind of used to be jealous of her because she can put on anything, she could do whatever she wanted, and she felt good about herself. I never felt good about myself. I always hated that about me. So like confidence is something I pray for, and now I feel like I'm so thankful for music because it brought me out of my shell. It took a lot of me, even until it's like not until like a few years ago recently to where I just like started even. I know this is like a lot. Like really
no, it's not. I love it. No, you're good.
Story, don't keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Talk your shit.
It's like recently till I even start believing in myself. Like that's how not confident I am. I feel like everybody's seen it in me but me. So like the confidence that I wear, that I have, is really new to me, and people that know me from back then is just like, damn, it's a whole nother person. For me, it is a whole nother person. Like I went, doing this music is not easy, and I only went hard for so long because I feel like it's a lot of people that see it for me, so I gotta see it through. But I'm so glad that I did, because along myself, I found my way out. Like I've really found myself with music. I've been doing it since I was in school. I just graduated college. I just graduated from TSU, so I was a full-time student, working two jobs, investing everything I have into, being an artist, into my career. So that kind of got me like to the point. Then, I just did the Bridgestone recently too. In January. Yeah, I opened up for Money Bad, Rod Wave, Dirk, and Lotto.
That's fire. Yeah. Congrats on that. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. The only local artist to
first congrats on the graduation from.
No, for sure.
That's fucking major. You know what I mean?
College graduate, that's dope.
Yes, for sure. There's not many of those that sit at this table.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, opening up for, you were saying, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, I've done stuff like that, and it's just like the little milestones within my career, within music, have really made me like kind of stop and really see it. Like, hold on, maybe I am that bitch. Maybe I am on something. Maybe like maybe it's in me, not on me. And so like I've definitely learned myself and see who I am, and what I'm capable of. Now I feel like now at 23 years old, I can see what other people see in me, and that makes me kind of.
She dropped the age, not me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I be telling people on Instagram I'm 32 with 2 kids, so I gotta just mess that up.
See?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, the old Shuckleton.
Yeah, right.
So since you brought it up, we can kind of go back into this. Do you want to tell everybody? Like where you grew up, like kind of like growing up when you got into music and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
So I'm born in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Hometown.
Rutherford County. I love that shit.
And when I tell people that, they be like, like.
Yeah, don't hate. Tell them don't hate. Yeah. Squint's from here too, motherfucker. That's what you tell them.
Yeah, we the Murfreesboro.
They'll be like, who?
The guy from Sandlot?
Yeah, the guy from Sandlot. I've seen that movie. Keep going. What are you saying? Murfreesboro.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time growing up in Nashville too, like all around Nashville. So I have a lot of family there. But yeah, for the most part, born and raised there in BT.
Yeah. And you said, because we spoke a little bit off camera just to kind of get to know you better. When did music start becoming a thing? So you like,
yeah.
Do you remember what you heard, and like whether it's a certain song or a genre that made you like, oh man, this is dope? Like, was it your family that was listening to music and you'd hear what they were listening to?
No.
Stuff like that? It wasn't that?
I never wanted to do music.
Really?
I never thought about it. And actually, like, I'm going to say, like, music is, like, a blessing and a curse for me. I feel like I kind of got stuck with it. And then, like, it got kind of introduced to me, and I fell in love with it, and now I can't get rid of it. I say that because when I was younger, like, 12, I was in a YouTube viral group, and we, like, to this day, millions on YouTube. We were actually like a pretty big thing, and it just started with me and my cousin singing a song that I wrote in the living room for my mom. My mom take everything like too serious, too far, and so she was like, yeah, this shit is dope. She got us a video shot, uploaded to YouTube, and it went viral, like 100,000 views overnight. It just so happened to have her contact number on the video. So, like, oddly, around that time, there was a big market for kid artists. Like, that's around, I don't know if y'all familiar with Miley's Behavior, OMG Girls, that's T.I.'s daughter, like, group. Like,
okay, yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like, it's kind of like right after Justin Bieber, so it's like, you know, it's now all the kids want to listen to NBA Youngboy, but back then kids wanted to listen to kids.
Yeah.
And, anyway, so there was like a lot of events, a lot of shows, so I got introduced to performing, being on the road, and I mean, we were doing that purposely on accident for a few years. So what ended up happening is, like, not really being in school and being on the road and in rehearsals and in the studio. Like, I didn't really have the opportunity to pick up a different hobby, to play soccer, to cheerleader, anything like that. Like, I was in the studio. So once, like, the group broke up, I never stopped music because it was like, it was all I knew how to do. You know, to this day, it's kind of, I know how to do a lot of things, but music is what I know how to do. I'm going to go to the studio on accident. You know, I'm gonna write a song on accident. So, like, no, I never really set out to be any type of rapper. It wasn't no aspiration. I just, like, happened to, like, polish my nails over the years, and now I'm here.
That's dope.
How many girls were in that group?
3.
Do they still make music?
No.
So it's just you, huh?
Yeah. I was the writer. I was the choreographer.
Oh, gotcha. She was kind of, okay, I see what you're saying. You was like the quarterback.
Yeah. And
gotcha.
my mom was the manager. So, like, it gave me an opportunity to, like, learn somewhat of the business young. I mean, just learn. Yeah.
Well, shout out to your mom for doing that. Just because I'm sure she was just so proud of what y'all did. She just wanted to show people. You know what I mean? By uploading the video and stuff. Yeah. And look what, I mean, it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like you said, it wasn't anything that necessarily you set out to do, I don't guess. But that happening is all part of your story, you know?
How long is that part of the story? How long did that go on? Part of that girl group and your mom being management and that kind of thing?
The girl group for maybe like 2 years.
Okay.
Maybe 2-3 years. I don't know. It was a few years. It was very short.
Enough to get on the road and, like you said, just see a little bit of it and just learn the business a little bit.
When the group had broke up, because fast forward, and
I get you.
So the group had broke up, and then I was like, okay, that's the end of it, because I was like, there's no group, I didn't even think about, like, solo.
There's no group, there's no music.
Yeah, because I was like, it's nothing I set out to do. I don't know how to be an artist, and I'm, like, shy. I was gonna say,
plus you have the lack of confidence things at that time, right?
Yeah. I wrote the music, I choreographed, I did, like, all the behind the scenes crap, but, you know, they were, I could say, for the most part, the stars. But, you know, sometimes I stepped up when I had to, so it kind of, like, trained me. But after the group had broke up and everyone went their separate ways, I continued with music on accident, because I was like, I went back to school, but I was like, what am I good at? Like, what do I know how to do? Like, this is what everybody knows me from. So
What did you like in college? What did you major in?
I majored in criminal justice.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Okay, dope.
Okay. When you got back on the music thing, how long of a break was that? Like, was it immediate? Like, you just dove right? Like, you just never stopped? You never even pumped your brake? Nothing? Was it just keep going?
Yeah, I stopped for Like a few, I think maybe like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When the 2 years expired and you got back into it, what inspired that after the 2 year breakup? From like when you say, you know, when you at the breakup of the group, you said you felt like, you know, without the group, there's no music. Well, 2 years of that, you rode that wave. You know what I mean? What sparked that back up? Was mom still an influence? Did she help get you out of that rut, or was this something? Did shy become not shy no more? Like, what? How'd that happen?
And that's why I say, like, I feel like, I don't know, music got me in a chokehold and it just won't let me go.
It does that.
Because,
it's like a drug for sure.
Man, like, I wasn't even. I went back to the studio. I recorded a few records, and then I think they got posted, and then along the way I got introduced to this person who introduced me to that person. Who, it was just a lot going on. Then I ended up getting discovered by this person who
just a bunch of puzzle pieces connecting
and
together.
Then next thing you know,
sort of like how you ended up in that chair this evening. Same thing. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's dope though, because you, like Chad said, we spoke off camera a little bit just to sort of get to know Shy a little bit, because we don't know her personally until this evening, unfortunately. But I think that's interesting to hear that early on in your career you were involved with, you know, a trio, you know, and one that you clearly are throwing flowers at as far as a talent level goes. You said they were clearly talented.
Yeah.
But I think it's dope to, you know, fast forward to where you are now, and it'd be a fun fact that they don't make music anymore.
Yeah.
But that 2 year break was, you know, kind of a speed bump for you. You know, what year was this with a 2 year break?
Maybe I was like 16, 17.
Okay,
So she's still in high school when all this is going on.
So it
too,
makes
you know what I'm
sense.
saying?
I mean, the world's spinning fast for you right then. You know what I mean? Like you said, you were going back to school. You were confused about what you wanted to do or what you were good at. You know what I mean? Like you felt, you know, music had a hold of you, so to speak, and that's when you got back into it. So when you got back into it, was that the birth of Shy? Pretty Shy? Yeah,
for sure. Like, it's as us. Well, you're looking at my catalog now, and then you were pulling up my songs from 2018 and playing them right before we started. And I was like, dang, like, you know, that was even a light bulb for me. Like, dang, I've really grew a lot. Like, you know, and even my team, they told me, like, it's going to take this amount of time before you see. I'm like, no, I have it in 2 months. But no, like, it really does take years to, like, polish yourself. Like, even now, I get so many compliments, and people just tell me everything that I'm doing right. And they're like, how you do it? And I'm like, oh, if only you knew. Like, I started on that project when I was, as far as project, I'm talking about myself. Like, 17, 18, like, you know, the consistency, everything is been practice. Like,
through a prime moment of your life to learn it, though. You know what I mean? Like, you know, granted, me and Chad were doing music. I used to do music years ago, and Chad still does make music. But I mean, look at the gray in Chad's beard, for God's sake. Like,
I'll be 40 at the end of the year.
You know what I mean?
I'm on. Yeah,
but
for sure.
To be able to carve your own lane the way you've done it, from that aspect, with that story being attached to it, because I know. Like I said, she caught my eye just because the girl was snapping. Like, I literally, you just don't see it every day. And when I saw it, I wanted to know for what part of the city she was in.
Yeah.
You know, I start connecting dots and figure out who I need to talk to and that kind of thing. And it all just makes so much sense to this point. Even without me connecting certain dots or dropping certain names, like, it makes so much sense, just the longevity of your career. Because that was something that I didn't know you were that young. You know what I mean? I didn't. I'm not saying I didn't think she was. I just wasn't for sure.
Yeah.
So when you said 23, that puts a number on it. But at the same time, to say that you've been an artist for much longer than that, you know what I mean? Like, this shit ain't new to you. Like you said, you've kind of.
Yeah, now it's like something I wear on my chest, you know, because I used to be really ashamed of it, honestly, because I'm like,
why?
Cause, you know, like, I
stigma.
Feel like, I feel like I've been a local celebrity for a minute. Definitely, like, from Murfreesboro. It ain't a lot of people, you know. So even from the girls group, like, I'm on tour. I'm performing at the Municipal Auditorium. I'm doing this. I'm doing all that. A lot of people know me, definitely, like, in the school. So it just feels like when we're in middle school, when we're in high school, when we're in college, and I get hit a lot of times with, oh, you still doing music? What the fuck do you mean? Yeah. And so it made me feel like I'm not doing something right, or I'm being held up. But then now it's something that I wear as a badge, because I sit and I think, I'm like, okay, Beyonce, she's been doing it since what team?
Yep.
Tory Lanez, like all these people I aspire to be like, who I think are so magnificent. Nobody started yesterday. They're actually at least all 10 years in.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, like, what people may not know, like, she's 23, but she's five. Like, she put out her first single, she said, in 2018. So you put out, in 5 years, you put out 22 singles.
Boom. That's dope.
That's work.
Love that.
You know what I'm saying? And especially, like, you said you were doing that while you was going to school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
22 singles is a different plan of attack, though.
and all of it, like the rollout of them is all done the way it's supposed to with the artwork and the
yes. Shout out to the artwork.
Shout out to Cairo Inc.
Yeah, Cairo.
Like the production's fire. I don't know who you use for all your production, but I know you get some from Wee Wee, who's part of the extended family over here for. But definitely, to me, I think between you and Blasian B3, both of y'all currently in the city, like, are two of the dopest female MCs like that are out here.
Much love to Blasian. We got a record together. That I love so
she needs to
much.
pull up.
Y'all both are dope, and the fact that you're still young, like I told you off camera, you're just getting started, and you're 11 years in because you said you did your first song at 12, right?
Yeah. See, that's fucking crazy. Sean.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's cool though, and you was doing that when you wasn't even thinking you could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At 11, though, that's funny because, recently we had Eddie Valero over here.
Yeah.
And we were all tripping because Eddie Valero told us that he recorded his first record when he was 12.
12 years old, yeah.
And we were like, what? Who the fuck records when they're 12? And now you're over here talking 11, so now Shy owns that crown. He's the youngest recording artist ever.
No, that's dope, though.
I think it's dope, though, that she was part of a girl group and on tour and shit.
What was the group called?
Ooh.
Pretty Ambition.
Okay.
Okay.
Google that.
Yeah.
The Google machine.
Yeah, and it's weird because a lot of people still recognize me from that group. They be like, hey, when you a part of
Chad's looking it up right now.
To the Google machine.
Yeah, I got a button somewhere.
Yeah, nobody ever notices this, and I feel like it's so cool, and I'm gonna wait for the day someone points it out. My girl group was called Pretty Ambition. I named that. My artistry name is Pretty Shy. All the girls in the group names started with Pretty. I named that. My promo team and my brand is Pretty Committee.
Love
you
that
can see
shit.
the eyes. Like everything is just pretty. But
I get it. I totally understand. One of the records, though, as I was like running through the 22 fucking singles, at the beginning of one more recently, it's probably like one of the last 3 or 4. She's talking shit at the beginning of a record. She says, "Shout out to my Pretty Committee" or something. She says that, and it's at the beginning of the record, and I caught it. And when you said that, and you talk, that's a good campaign name. It really is.
Thank you. It's on the chain. I wish I could. This little.
Oh, you got a camera right here, remember?
Yeah, the little It's this camera throws me, y'all, because you moved
right. Everybody talks shit about our set. It's about to change soon, but yeah, it does. It's trippy. Imagine how it feels for me when I stare at myself like this and I turn around and I look at y'all at the same time. It's fucking trippy as hell. But it is what it is.
So is it like that one right there, like those?
Yes.
Destiny, Polo.
Oh, they took the original video down. It had millions of views. No.
Yeah. But that's the ones though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You're looking at like a link of a video.
just a couple of like music videos from like what she was talking about
Oh, dude, I got to tap
when
in.
they were youngsters. Yeah. But that's I get it though. That's dope though that
It
y'all
is.
started there and that you kept it going and you still in the midst of, because a lot of the time with people like artists like ourselves, when we start to dive into the craft of wanting to be an artist, right? You kind of just, at least back then, you don't even have a safety net a lot of the times. You're just like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. But the fact that you were doing that while you were still going to school and getting a college degree and stuff, that's dope, because at least you know you've got, and while you're doing this, you're still going to school too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, to ultimately be as young as you are,
Yeah.
and have as much years at music that you do under your belt now, and portray it the way you're doing it, Shy, like that shit's different.
That's dope.
Yeah. Like I said, the catalog, as I was running through, you mentioned the Pretty Committee. What exactly is that for you and your team? Like, what does that mean?
So Pretty.
Can I be a part of the Pretty Committee? Me and Chad.
I think we're past the age.
I feel like a strong candidate for the Pretty Committee.
I mean, yeah.
Is that the name of the episode?
Don't tell him because you're on camera. Don't feel pressure.
Don't give me a pass just because you're on the show and shit. Like none of that. I'm just trying to say, dog, can I get an application? What was this happen? What is this?
Might need to put you in some inches and some edges.
Nah, we can't do none of this. I'm withdrawing my application now. I no longer want to be a part of it. I fuck with them, but
you asked.
I did, but fuck, dude, I'm just trying to be out here repping for Shy. That's it, man.
But Pretty Committee is you know how like Nicki got the Barbs, Beyonce got the Beehive, and I thought early on, I'm like, what is my tribe going to be called? Like along this journey, I'm going to pick up people who believe in me and stay along for the ride. Like what are they? And I'm like, they're my committee. But what kind of committee? It's the Pretty Committee because everything is pretty.
No, it's dope.
Yeah,
it's dope. Yeah, for sure.
It has to be a marketable campaign. Like it has to be. You know what I'm saying? Remember Chad? Perfect example when Jerry Robinson, the 300. Remember him when he talked about the 300? He talked about basically his original core fan base that migrated to something much more. Now he's now signed to Strange Music and does well for himself. But he said that initially he focused on, I guess, kind of what you're referring to as the Pretty Committee, but he called his initial 300, the 300. And those 300 people were his closest fans, the ones that rode the hardest for him. When he posted something, it went to them first. And it helped build a campaign to where the 300 turned into 6, and the 6 turned into 12. You know what I mean? And now he's doing major things. But I think that's dope to have such a good marketing campaign back behind an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure.
When you talk about like when we were going through your catalog a little bit before we started tonight, and she said that when we played songs from 2018, she sits and she's thinking like, wow, like I've came a long way type shit. Or But I think it's dope to hear you say earlier also that you're still trying to find yourself. Like you said that kind of out the gate, that it keeps you looking for yourself. Like you're still just kind of trying to figure it out. Where do you feel like you are on that journey of figuring it out? Do you feel like you're in a pocket right now, or do you?
I feel like I'm closer than I ever been, but not quite there. I feel like with not even just music, any career, anything you put your mind to in life, like the goal is like to never feel like you arrived. And like I feel like I'm on the right path, but I still got some way to go. And as long as I have that mindset, I'm going to forever advance. But I don't feel like I just have it. And a lot of people just seem like, yeah, you got it. And I'm like, I'm still in development. Like I just got it. I ain't got it. It's some more to learn.
That mentality is the right one to have, especially at your age, because I'll tell you this, as an artist coming up all these years that I've been coming up, I've seen so many people that are not as young as you, and I still know people that don't have that mindset about themselves. Yeah. And about like, and I say that meaning they don't think that, they already think that they already think they have arrived. You know what I'm saying? And you can't ever really, I don't ever really think you probably should feel that you've arrived, because I feel like that if you do, it's one thing to like celebrate the victories as you move up. But like if you always have that mentality that you haven't yet arrived, like you're gonna always want to keep pushing. I feel like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it's a setup. Like thinking you there is what's gonna get you gone.
Right.
Yeah. You never want to get comfortable.
No, that's the easiest way to say it. I went all the way around the block to go next door, but that Squints was just right next door with it, and that's what I was trying to say.
Definitely. But yeah, I see what you're saying, Chad. To your point, it didn't take that long, but I get it.
Yeah.
But where you are now, as far as your career goes, do you have any? Okay, I'm saying it. Fuck it. Shy, before we started tonight, we played a record early in your catalog to where Chad mentioned that you used to be a little bit more harmonized. You used to use that type of angle towards records, and then you kind of got away from that. That's the fourth characteristic that I was going to say. I think when you take that type characteristic and you pull that back into the arsenal of Pretty Shy, shit's going to be a problem.
Just for the hell of it, and I'm not trying to tell you what to, I'm just saying, I think knowing that you had already
Chad's
done
telling
it.
you what to do.
No, I'm not.
He is.
If knowing that you
Listen
can
to
do
the
it,
aggression in his voice.
that you can do it, Squints is gaslighting me. The way that you do it, like back then, you got to think that was when you first started. I can tell just from the songs that you're writing has gotten a lot better, and your delivery and you're just confidence and all that.
Yeah.
So like, worst case, you try and it just doesn't. You just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's something you could do if you wanted to go that route.
It's all about the producer.
And see, now that you guys done told me that, now I'm about to go do it.
You should.
Because
you can.
I feel like you guys have given me criticism, and not only criticism, but a tip, Yeah. And that's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take a tip. Yeah. And so, it doesn't hurt to try, but yeah.
Yeah, like Chad said, you're in total control. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're turning these records in and you have no choice but to turn them in. Like, you're in control.
That's beauty about being independent, for sure.
Amongst the opportunity in the studio, you know what I mean? And you catch a vibe, and you just want. That's when you should try it. And I really think though that you should get back into that. And that's based off that one record we were listening to before we started. And like Chad said, when you take, I don't know where your nerves were then. That's earlier on in your career.
I mean, you was what, 18? You said 17. You did that one.
It came from someone telling me exactly what you guys are telling me now.
Yeah.
But back to what you were saying, like when you reference to your catalog, like you can hear the growth and just like, you know what I mean? Like that's undeniable, Shy. Like when we start with record 1 of that 22 single catalog, you can, as we get up to Big Kahuna, that shit's fucking. Big Kahuna hits different.
It does.
Like that shit is different, dude. Like this girl ain't playing. Like I'm serious.
It's dope.
And think about though when you take that type of progression and level of confidence that you've gained, and try that again.
Right.
I really think it's about the engineer though. Like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Producers definitely can help bring that kind of stuff out of an artist, as opposed to just some producers you may just vibe well with, and some you can get some dope beats from them or whatever. But if that's always something you can look into,
Are you involved with? How involved are you with that? Do you just go to the studio and record, or are you sitting there and vibe with the mix and all that stuff?
See, I go to the studio and record. James Wood, he's my mix guy. He's out in Florida. He's amazing. But for the most part, like, since I want to be more involved in that process as far as recording and producing myself, like being more hands-on, but being like so busy. I always been taught this in school and working, and then I also have 2 businesses. And
talk your shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a business that grossed $100,000 while the duration of being in college. So on top of everything else, I'm pretty intimate with Airbnb, everything of that nature. So like music is music, but I'm also like pretty heavy into business. So it's a lot of things that I wish I could do within music, but I can't afford to be hands on because I'm
just time.
You're too hands on with other things.
There's only one of you, especially if you're if the other stuff that you're doing is profitable. You know what I mean? You kind of gotta like outsource the other stuff.
Yeah, you got to figure out. I totally understand now.
Yeah, that's dope though that you got 2 businesses too.
Yeah, because that's a question we haven't asked. And shame on us, since you mentioned graduating recently from TSU, that in criminal justice, amazing major.
Yeah.
Where does that mean for Shy? Does that mean it's we diving into a professional career? You know what I mean? Or are you exploring your entrepreneurship with these businesses? Or are we trying to be the next rap star? Like what's happening?
Or all the above?
Or all the above? Trying to take over the world, Pinky? What are you doing?
See, that's honestly for me. Like now, I have a answer now, because people used to say, like my family, friends, they be like, "Oh, so you want to be a rapper?" Showing your ass on Instagram, but you want to be a lawyer, and then you want to have a bit. It's just like pick one. I always feel like I got told pick one, stick with it, go with it. But I'm like, no, this is my life. I do what the fuck I want to do. That's something I have learned. And why be one when you could be all? So I don't have an answer. I just do what the fuck I want to. And if I didn't want to do nothing tomorrow, I wouldn't do nothing tomorrow. But if I want to do it all today, if I want to be Superwoman to my night, that's what I will do, because that's what I want to do. But
talk your shit.
That's dope that you found that. That's dope that you finally found that confidence. That you was talking about you didn't have when you was a kid, when you was younger.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? That's dope that you're finally seeing that.
You really do. It's great to watch though. It really is, especially from a consumer standpoint. Like think about it. We didn't know you before this evening. Now hopefully we made it pretty comfortable for you here. Like everything's been cool. Like you see.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I think that's it's dope for you to understand how it's like outside looking in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, just this is coming from this podcast host and this 20 plus year vet at a rap shit at the rap shit, and also a podcast host. Like, I don't know what type of opinions we have and how they may affect you, but I just thought I think it's dope for you to hear these things. You know what I mean? Because especially like Chad said, when it's starting out where you mentioned about not having confidence young, and then to sit and hear you talk the way you talk at this table, like, it's impressive shit, especially for a young lady like yourself that's just recently graduated from college and basically has a rap career on her plate in front of her, if she, depending on how much she wants to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sky's the limit for you, but you have like you can pick from the tree at this point. Like, it's literally I think that's dope, because I knew nothing about your entrepreneurship. Like, that's just fucking icing on the cake now. Like, it's just like, amongst being a recent grad and a responsible one at that, and having a longevity in a music career, and then a bright future in a music career, you also have existing businesses that somewhat pay the bills, I would hope. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, if I can do whatever the fuck I want, what's that like? Jesus Christ, I wish I could have talked like that at 20 fucking 3.
Dude, that's of course, back then when we were,
God,
that age, bro,
no
the resources just wasn't like they are now. Though.
When I was your age, I couldn't even spell college. Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
But like, and going back to the music, like your catalog, with having the 22 singles over this, 4 or 5 year span, and 2018, it says that you dropped that first single like towards the end of the year, like August or September. So like, it was towards the end of 2018. So you're not even 5 years in.
That's interesting.
Really.
That's actually kind of dope to look at. So you barely touched on 2018.
But you got songs. She's got songs with DJ Paul and Yellow Wolf.
Flex.
You got songs with Doobie, Shy Doobie. He's been a guest on the show.
Yeah, he has been a guest on the show recently.
You and Tay Keith. You did something with Tay Keith, which is
I heard that record too. Shout out Tay Keith.
Yeah, which is dope too. So like, that's the one that's the Getting Ratchet one, right? Yeah, that was fire. So and again, this is just all just due to like the work that you've been putting in. So do you want to talk about Edward Crow?
Yes.
Let's talk about Edward Crow again.
Crow.
Yeah, shout out to Edward Crow.
Edward Crow.
Yeah.
I call him Ounce.
Or we call him Zilla.
We call him Zilla.
So it's like, he's got a lot of names.
I was like, you got like more names than anybody I
Yeah.
know.
Shout out Edward Crow.
Same with Delano.
What
you call him
episode was
Cairo. I call him Tony.
Yeah.
And you call him, you know what I mean?
And he was on the show too.
Yeah.
Tony was.
Episode 11.
11.
Yeah.
Jeez. God,
OG
this is
in the
episode
game.
160.
That's in the
something.
beginning. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No, go back and watch it because
But Edward Crow was on it too. Was he on there? He was on there.
I'll look. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago. But yeah, let's talk about Edward Crow. Obviously, one of the stars of this constellation. That's shot Edward Crow. As soon as I went to Shy's page for the first time, there in bright blue letters at the top of your page said, "Managed by my good friend Edward Crow." I said, "Well, I'll be Mr. Crow. What do I need to do to get this young lady over here and to talk her shit, because I love what she's doing." And that's how this happened. But yeah, how let's talk about Edward Crow. How'd that happen?
I got introduced to Edward through a friend, someone I was working with early on, and through the midst of that, we just had good chemistry, a good vibe, and continued to work. Edward, I got to instill in my brain. Yeah, call him Edward.
Yeah, just call him. Because everybody knows. Yeah, you call him.
It still fucks with us, too. I say Zilla all the time. If you look at my text, I say Zilla.
No, you can call him Ounce. That's fine.
But Ounce is someone I met like really early on, right before you could see like those singles dropping. Ounce has been like responsible for a lot of greatness that's been produced without like my music career. I can like say, and I don't even know if I've told him this before, but Ounce definitely caught me at a time where I was like completely giving up. Like,
man. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're saying that now.
Yeah, I did not see it through, because I'm like, I see the stars, but how do you get there? Like, when I was just doing the little bitty stuff, the little shows, performing at school, and like, that was hard. I'm like, I can't even imagine a Rolling Loud or a Grammy. Like, it was just a lot. But Ounce, like, I could say one thing about Ounce, I'm really appreciative of him because he's always been a believer in me, and it took me a while to see what I don't see. I'm like, you know what? Damn, like he had it right the whole time. Ounce introduced me to Cairo. I call him Cairo. Y'all know him as Tony. And like since and Tony, the same thing for Tony. Like they've been amazing people in my life. Like they're my managers, but they're really like my family. Like I don't see them as anything other than family. Like they're, and anyone who knows them can like speak on that. They
facts.
For sure.
Great
Big
people.
facts.
Like,
Delano's A1
never
human
hear
being.
anyone talk shit about them. They're great people.
Alanzilla, Edward Crowe is the same type of human. You know what I mean? And we were talking about that off camera a little bit, man. I told Shy, I said, man, you talk about two great people being in your corner.
Oh, you got two
Like,
of the
those two guys right there. I mean, and when we talk about just the characteristics of their individuality, like they are very special individuals. Like when we talk about vibes and that kind of shit,
just their
like,
aura, bro.
Their
like
whole
their
demeanor
whole outlook
is
and stuff,
is just different. You know what I mean? I fucking love both of those guys, and I'm lucky that Chad too. We're lucky that we can call on them at any time. So I completely understand, and I have longevity with both of them guys. Like I've known them for a number of years, but to hear you talk about them and then me and us know them as long as we have, I completely understand.
Yeah.
All of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you say they, as far as like Ounce believing in you in times, you know what I mean? I totally get it. Like just sitting with you here this evening for the past 45 minutes, like I totally understand why those two type characters would be cheerleaders for Pretty Shy.
Yeah, as you can see, I got like a lot to live up to because like it's nothing but pure greatness surrounded with their name. But but yeah, people are like, oh, you're so great. I'm like, that's all I'm around. But yeah, they're great people. Like they're just family to me. Like I put it like that. Like they've always been here. They're gonna always be there. I really love them guys. That sums it up.
and that's what you. It's very rare in this game, in this industry, that you can surround yourself with people
goats
like that that are truly good humans. Because in the 20 years that I've been doing it, I've been around a lot of people. Like some of them I've been around since the beginning. Some of them have came and went or whatever. But you've seen. I know you've seen a lot of like shadiness. I'm sure, just in general, since you've been doing it. So that's just a rare thing to be able to have people that, especially like when it comes to management and influence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's definitely something else that you've got in your corner that is going to do nothing but help you. You know what I mean, along the way.
I think it's unfortunate you don't talk to them chicks that you were in that group with. You ever think about that? You ever want to reach out to them or give a shit if y'all still had?
Did y'all have a falling out?
Just bad falling out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think they might be my cousins, but
oh hell yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, no falling out at all. It just grew separate. Like we just grew our separate ways. Like
I totally get it, especially that age. I mean, that happens like all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, that age I can't imagine being in a like a rap group,
in a boy band, Chad?
Or just like a group in general, like at that age. Like knowing how I was at that age, like I could totally see why that would be something that may not have lasted long. You know what I mean? Just because y'all are still kids.
And
you know what I mean?
For me, it's like I'm not gonna say I fall out with people a lot because I don't. They the problem, not me. But I take everything really seriously, like really, really seriously.
As far as your career or just life in general?
Life in general.
Gotcha.
If I start something, I do it. Like I do it for real. If I put my mind to something, it gets done. Like I can't pick up any project in life and be like, oh, I'm gonna just no. If I say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go all the way. I go all the way and no way. And I don't tolerate bullshit. I don't incite bullshit. None of that. So it's just like if you're around me and you're not serious, like I'll let you know, like get with the program and get lost. Like
keep that mentality.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
Yeah, I don't play. Like I'm the oldest child, so responsibility is.
Oh yes, you used to kind of running the ship if need be.
Yeah.
I got you.
Once I decide like I'm going to do something, you're going to either help me do it or get the fuck out the way. And so that's
the way to be. Like and a lot of the times, you're going to run across situations where that may hurt people's feelings, and that just is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if they can't see it for it being that reason, that you're just trying to be serious about what you're doing. Then it just it is what it is at that point. You just got to keep doing what you feel is the right thing to do.
I think it's your whole perspective is just interesting to me. I have a 17-year-old daughter. I wish she was here. I wish she was like sitting over there in that chair. I know she's watching her.
Yeah, she'll watch the episode for sure.
She's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
But
her name's Kimora, Shy Kimora.
But I hope, Shy, I'm gonna tell you, and Kimora has ambitions as of lately to get into this music shit.
Yeah.
She is a very powerful vocalist. She has something that I can't believe that she has, but yet I sensed it early. And we've tried to convince her over the years to get involved with music.
We're finally getting there, though.
And now she will walk into the room and tell you that she is ready to try this music thing. But she's
6 months ago, she wasn't ready.
Okay.
It was like 6 months ago, she wasn't ready to do that.
This is like just all of a sudden. Like I said, she's 17. But I swear, Shy, I hope when she's 23, she can talk like you, just even half the confidence of a young lady. I really do. Especially from the music perspective, you know, like just with the accolades you've achieved and, you know, the trials and tribulations of, you know, a group and all that stuff, young and early influence from management, from a parent, you know what I mean? And you know, being so far into your career now, but still being so young and still, you know, admittedly right through the gate of the episode, saying that you're still find yourself trying to find yourself sometimes, you know? Yeah. For us to suggest a record from 2018 was fucking dope. You should do that shit again.
For sure.
Thank you.
And that sparked that. You know what I mean? It's interesting to sit here as an old man and fucking have a 17-year-old daughter that has aspirations of jumping into this game. And hearing a young lady like yourself, you know, at 23 years old, talk the way you talk. I just hope that even with or without the music, I hope she just has the confidence that you have. And like you said, if you start something, you finish it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
sure.
You don't surround yourself with bad energy and just all these characteristics that we all, as grown men, fucking sit and had to pick up the pieces as we came along. I wish to God I would have been 23 years old and had half of that fucking knowledge. You know what I mean?
We were born, like the way when we were coming
born
up,
stupid.
That and we just didn't have the resources back then. It wasn't
really
like I mean, everything was CDs and you had to get a record deal. That's all that we knew, because independent labels were very few and far between. There was no like MySpace and stuff was like all you had. It was, so everything was CDs, like it was just different. You know, now we're adjusted to this era and it's so much easier, you know. But also with it being so much easier, that means everybody's trying to do it too. Yeah. Which I'm sure you see that all the time. You see people.
Yeah, Shy's active online, dude. Yeah. Like she said on like her IG and shit, like her and her friends and all that shit. Like she's an active fucking artist on, you know, she has just like any other artist. You got to fucking post. You got to be out here every day. You got to stay in their face. You got to fucking, when you dropping new music?
Yeah. Big Kahuna available now, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. You were looking at the thing.
How long has Big Kahuna been out?
It's been out a month. It came out.
Oh, okay, that's brand new. I think I'm just in love with that fucking verse that I heard you spit.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And that just puts like, I don't know when you put that out. Was that before you dropped the record or after?
I think after. No, before. I don't know.
That shit just hits different though. That shit just hits different when.
Thank you.
Before you speak about the new music, right? The people that are watching right now, if they're new fans, and you got to tell them to go to it.
Ooh, I love this one.
You got to tell them to go. Favorite song in your like catalog.
You can pick one. If you get one shot to play something. They just walk in. They're like, "Who are you? You're the what do you do?" And you get to play on one record. Which one is Shy gonna play on first?
Easy. I'ma.
Okay. Yeah, that's a dope one too. Yeah, for sure.
IMMA. That's gonna always, like at my funeral. That's gonna be the song that gets played. Cause when it come on, it goes, I'm a pretty bitch, real sedity bitch. I'm the type to milk a nigga like a fucking titty. I'm talking my shit through the whole song. I'm popping my stuff. When that song come on in the club, like the females, they really get hyped. Like people really love that song, and I love that song because it's just like dang, people fuck with the song while I'm talking about me, and it's like that's literally the song I was scared to write. I was scared to make. I was scared to record, and I was just like, no, this is stupid. And I'm literally just.
But you told yourself that?
Yeah, I told myself
Love
that.
It.
And I was like, this song, nobody's gonna like me because it sounds like too cocky. Like I'm just. But I'm like, you know what? No, like I don't know. Something about the song. If y'all hear it, y'all gonna feel what I'm saying. Y'all gonna feel like young pretty bitches. The song,
it's got that anthem feel to it.
Yeah,
for sure. No, that's dope. And that was 2021 when you dropped that one.
I think it's dope that you would recommend that one and then admittedly say that you were scared to record it or scared to write it?
Well, because it was you talking that shit.
Point. Like it just sounds like a moment of confidence that you would like, just one of those key points. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you said, where you just, I think, especially if it was self-induced, where you told yourself, like if nobody was in the corner, be like, fuck that shit, I talk that shit. Like if nobody's talking that shit to you, and you just like, you know what? No, I should really fucking talk my shit.
Yeah.
And deliver that way. That's an accolade as well, young lady.
Yeah.
Like, that's dope, man.
People love that song. I love this one.
And we'll make sure definitely to put your YouTube channel down, because she's got a music video for Big Kahuna that's out. And then we'll put your IG down there too, where people can tap in with the music.
You got a video with the record with Doobie. Is there a video for that?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have not seen that.
You got to see that. It's dope.
Shout out Doobster.
I flew to LA. No, we flew to LA to shoot that video. We shot it with legit looks out of LA. They are they're
amazing.
Dope. Yeah, it was. It's crazy that I can say I've worked with them.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We shot it. I was in a bathtub filled with milk. We had a Lamborghini.
Okay.
Yeah, we reenacted Hot Ones.
I like the Lamborghini. See how hype she got for the Lamborghini?
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't mean to tell the whole video, but we had fun, and that was like my first time doing a feature video, and it was like with Doobie, so that was like great.
How'd that happen?
Doobie's the man.
That whole thing.
Doobie,
love Doobie, man. Yeah. Love all those guys.
I was connected with Doobie through management.
Okay.
Yeah, I was following him on Instagram, and I was already like a pretty big fan, a really huge fan. And I had spoke to management about him, and they just, ended up being able to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. But that's dope, though. I think that was a dope collaboration that I saw. I didn't see that until, hell, dude, I haven't been tapped into Pretty Shy for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a recent fan. Like, you acquired me as a fan as of recently, the moment I saw it. That I wish it was like a way on my timeline they could see this, or I could like, because it was recently. It was literally like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I saw the shit, and I literally reposted it and tagged her and said that she needed to pull up for this podcast, because that was my first glimpse of you portraying what I see sitting over there this evening doing and speaking. Like, it's dope to really sit down with you, Shy, and get to know you a little bit.
Thank you.
And to see what all the hype's about, you know what I mean? To as far as the records go, man, and the freestyle, or the verse you spit in the vehicle, but then to bring in all the names that's associated with yourself, and how it's just all 6 degrees of separation at the end of the day.
Yeah. Hell yeah, y'all! I think you're going to gain some new fans from the channel for sure, because we got a good loyal fan base on ChadArmesTV, and they tap into all the artists that they're not familiar with already.
The female listeners and watchers are going ape shit right now. Like I said, that's a small little deal.
Welcome to the Pretty Committee.
Heck yeah.
That's the name of the episode, unfortunately. We have to
or Big Kahuna. You can call it Big Kahuna.
Or that. Yeah. What do you think, Shy? Big Kahuna or Pretty Committee? What do you want the name of the episode to be? We have never done this.
Damn.
Right? You're on the spot, too.
Why y'all put me in that situation?
You ain't got to let him.
Just like a female. I love it. Just undecisive. Go ahead.
I guess Pretty Committee.
I knew she wanted to say that. I get it. It's not every day that we would fucking name an episode Pretty Committee. So yeah, take advantage of that. But so with Big Kahuna recently out and making noise, like I said, dude, to get it basically built this scenario right here for you to be sitting here this evening. Chad said it's been out roughly a month, a little over a month.
Yeah. When this airs, it'll be out a little over a month. Yeah.
So 22 singles now for Pretty Shy.
Yeah.
When they getting an album?
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
Are you just focusing on singles?
Yeah, I'm just focusing on singles.
Just waiting on that one to work, or just to project you to like an album slate to where it's album time.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Are you stacking records for an album?
No.
You should.
I'm not even thinking about or focusing on an album right now, because I take everything I do really seriously, and when I get to album time, I want it to be like iconic. Like I never knew what an album was. I never cared what an album was until I was a little girl, and I popped in my first Nicki Minaj, her first album, and I listened to it front to back, and I was like, damn, this is art.
Masterpiece
like,
shit.
I really, you know, like I have a good ear for music and I can really appreciate art. See, myself, I wouldn't want to work on the album because when I do it, I wouldn't do it right. And I just feel like my circumstances right now, I'm focusing on building my foundation. And so I don't want to like take big bricks from building my foundation to put it into an album. It's like it's a time and place for everything. But when I get those resources, I don't quite have the resources to build the project that I in my mind ideally want.
I see what you're saying.
But when I get there, so I'm just like, you know, I can focus on building my cult, building my foundation.
Yeah.
So when I do, you know, spend my time and shut down for months and produce an album, it's going to go out to ones who appreciate it. You know, because I feel like if I put it out right now, it won't be appreciated. It would just be, okay, listen to, learn, you know, like I have a whole discography. Go listen to that. Yeah. But when I do an album, like I want to, you know, I want my albums to live on. Like,
yeah, it's got to be special.
Yeah.
I totally understand.
So we can do this too. We need to speak about this before we get out of here. Influences. Who are some of your favorite artists that's influenced you?
I thought that the album shit she just said about Nicki Minaj being like her first like recognizable masterpiece type album, I think that's dope that it's Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's what made me want to ask the question when you said the Nicki Minaj. So I'm sure obviously she's one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If I'd never seen what Nicki Minaj looked like, I'll still be like a really huge fan because of the work that I hear. Like I always appreciated the way, you know, she takes it, like the way she put hooks together, the way not just bars and punchlines. I look for like the diversity of the beat, like everything. I appreciate the pianos, I appreciate the guitars, I'm appreciative of music. My ears are. So I know good quality music when I hear it, and I appreciate people who go the extra mile to put masterpieces together. So a lot of like not just love for Nicki Minaj, but respect for Nicki Minaj. I like Yo Gotti.
Oh yeah,
I love Yo Gotti because I am a Southern woman, and I just like, I don't know, something about Yo Gotti authenticity. I don't know if I'm
authenticity.
saying
You're on it. You're nailing it.
You're on the track. Yeah, that's a tough word to say too.
It is.
Yeah, like I feel like Memphis people are so dope, and I feel like
the best.
Totally agree.
I feel like I will end up becoming a lot like Yo Gotti, like the female Yo Gotti. That's what I see.
Hey, talk that shit. I can see that. Yeah, you keep going like the way you're going.
I really look up to him, and I like how he puts his music together, but I also like the business aspect of things.
That's what I was fixing to say. With you being an entrepreneur, like, and having businesses, Yo Gotti's a great one to try to follow after in that regard.
Yeah,
because that dude got 36,000 businesses that he's working. You know, he's got a piece of. So
yeah, I feel like he's not talked about enough, but Yo Gotti is definitely like on it. Yeah. Who else do I like? Shoot.
So what about, we can ask you this, of the female artists that are out that are like mainstream female artists, are you rocking with any of them?
Yeah, I like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, let me stop saying the word like when talking about people. I appreciate Megan Thee Stallion. I love her consistency. That's I really mess with her consistency and the quality of her work. Yeah. If I had the resources to do it, I would want to do it somewhat like Megan Thee Stallion.
Gotcha. Okay.
As far as rollout, branding, consistency, everything.
Yeah.
I think I see it.
No, for sure. Plus, she again, going back to the business, she's got like the makeup stuff. She's got a lot of stuff that she's doing in addition to just, you know what I'm saying, making music too.
Yeah.
For sure.
It sucks that I had to say that because people compare us like a lot, you know, and it's coming up like you're going to get like a lot of comparisons, but I mean, I can't help it. I like who I like. Megan Thee Stallion. Who else do I like at the moment? That's out.
I think it's dope that you just own it. Like, fuck it. Like, you like who you like you said.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, it's so cliche, but I'm the type. Now, if I don't like somebody, I'm going to say it. I don't got no problem with it. But I genuinely, like, don't dislike nobody. Everybody who's on their job, who working, and I know it's just a weak-ass answer, who on their shit, like, it's not about who I like. It's about, I like who I respect. So, Lotto, Ice Spice, like, all the young girls that's doing it, like, I see what they doing.
I love Lotto. Lotto's one that hit my radar early. I called that one. I wish Amy was here. Amy's my better half. But we've been together 12 years, so like she knows me so well. but she would co-sign this when I say it out loud. But the first moment I saw Lotto, I called this. I called it. I said that Lotto was going to be a fucking problem, and that she would be exactly what she is. And yeah, but I do that all the time.
I think my favorite female artist, like in the mainstream era, mainstream side, Rennie Rucci.
Really?
She gets snapped. She be snapping.
Yeah, I feel like Rennie Rucci is slept on.
Definitely slept on.
Is.
Slept on like crazy. Like I remember hearing her on something her and Bankroll Freddie did from like 2 or 3, 4 years ago, and then I watched one of those one mic videos, and she went in. It was like shortly after Finesse dropped Back End, and I think she did like a. I don't think it was to that beat, but it was like one of those one mic things, and she snapped. I think she's one of the dopest like rapping females out currently, like in that mainstream. Lotto's fire too.
Lotto's got my vote. I'm just waiting to say it.
No, but I think as far as like Lotto's probably at the top to me currently. Like
currently, yeah. That's.
But I think Rennie's like my favorite rapper out of all of them. Yeah.
I love how Lotto's gotten a lot more melodic as she's went along too.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like a sort of like to you to your defense, like when you said early on and you kind of got away from it. It seems like as she like I said, I called that one early when I first caught a glimpse of Lotto. I promise, and it wasn't much of that. And then like as our more successful records, clearly have that same almost Nicki Minaj's kind of same equal amounts of harmonies and rap. And I think that shit. When you bring that shit back into this shit, Shy, I really think that's
it's definitely coming, and that's why I'm like excited and can't wait to the moment that I am able to do an album or
work.
like a big piece of work. Because I feel like on your up and coming days, a lot of artists don't do it. It's like less melodies and it's more bars. Because I feel like as of right now, I'm still in the phase of proving that I deserve a seat at the table, and they want to hear you. Like what you got, and then when you sit down, you can play, you can have fun. If you don't, you can sing. But as right now, who are you? Like, and I'm like still establishing who I am, what I stand for. But I'm still gonna play around with everything. But like, I can't wait till I get to that point to where I can make my starships were meant to fly. So I feel like right now, my audience be like, okay, cool, but.
Yeah.
Just keep
hot shit.
Right. Well, you got a dope foundation already with the 22 singles, like you said. Just keep building that.
Yeah, 22 singles definitely has built you a foundation.
That's a dope ass catalog. Like just for somebody that's only 23, that's just really starting to kind of come into like their groove as far as what you're seeing.
Yeah, I wish I would have known you, or at least just met you super early on as far as just meeting your mental, and just like before you got out of school and shit, just to see your progression from that aspect of it. Because when you sit down over here as a 23-year-old, like it's very impressive to me. Like I said, I hope my 17-year-old has any type of sense like you're talking right now as far as entrepreneurship and just fucking knowing your worth and just going for what you fucking want in life. I love this type of talk from a young lady like yourself.
We had an artist on here that was around the same age that was similar at Lotus, as far as like young.
Yeah, shout out Lotus.
You familiar with Lotus music?
Yeah,
that's the homie.
So Lotus is kind of y'all are kind of similar as far as like them being young. I think so. Yeah, y'all being young, but having y'all's stuff, like y'all's vision and y'all's focus. Like y'all are both similar in that sense as far as younger artists on the come up, because the majority of artists we have on here, a lot of them are artists that we've known for years, or people that are kind of like closer to our age and like our generation as far as this music stuff goes. Yeah. But between you and then him, and then of course we got the co-host on our show, Leroy. He's the same age as you. He does like the country rap stuff, but it's just dope seeing y'all.
That would have been interesting.
Young talent like that.
I wish Leroy was here. Wouldn't that have been fun?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard that name, Leroy Biggs?
Oh, he's a trip.
Oh God,
yeah,
he's a fucking trip. But just the fact that y'all are the same age would have been fucking almost hilarious.
You'll love Leroy.
He's from Cheatham County. He's from out.
He's country boy, but he can rap. He can sing, he can write hit records, country music. Like he can do all of it.
Good dude.
But he's a stand-up comedian on the side if he wants to be.
Facts.
But yeah, it's just dope to see young talent. Like
it really is. But to be as smart as you are and just present yourself like you do, I think it's dope, Shy. I don't think you can miss. I really am anxious to see what's next for you.
Yeah.
Even if it be 22 more singles, or it's just building up your fan base continuously, or just evolving as an artist, even if you think that's not done. You know what I mean? But I think the more commitment level you find yourself with, which you're earning for, when you find yourself in that comfortable enough state to where you can commit that type of time and really get things done, and you have that time to explore and just work on records, I think this music shit's going to get even more serious and harder to get away from me.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. But to see where your headspace is at such a young age on that mission or on that journey, it's dope, and I hope nothing but the best for you.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Yes,
show.
I really do.
Thank you.
So
turned out good.
It did. It turned out great.
Yeah.
Will you rap for us before you leave this evening?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I got something to do.
Fuck, you got to come back.
No, I'm kidding.
Fuck yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Dude, dope. You really had me. I thought you. I was like, we've been going for a while, so I didn't know.
So
dope.
When this episode drops, most likely that whatever she ends up rapping, we'll put out like the same day, probably.
Yeah,
like
that's how
evening.
we've been doing it on the. We call it Showing Proof Studios. I don't know if you caught. Yeah, we showed you Chad's before we started the night.
Studio session.
And look dope as hell.
We've been whipping them up over here. But I think that's so dope for artists that take advantage of that. And I would be absolutely stupid if I didn't ask you to take opportunity of that scenario before you leave this evening.
Dope.
But like I said, Shy, I'm super stoked for what you got going, and I'm excited to see what you got going next. You know what I mean? But please, 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 anytime you got some shit to say about anything, you pull right back up, and we'll do this again.
For sure.
Hopefully I got enough time to get Kimura over here, because I'd really like for her to sit in on the next one, because I think there's value there.
Yeah, that'd be the first time she did that. Yeah,
she'll love you for sure. But I'm anxious for her too, because someone that has aspirations like she does right now, which I'm so proud of, and I hope that she continues to chase those dreams. But I wouldn't mind her looking up to Pretty Shy for real. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't. Yeah. And I think that's important for you to hear. You know what I'm saying? As you move forward, because like you said, like me and Chad have thrown flowers your way, and you said, "Oh, I really appreciate y'all saying that," or "I'm glad you said that." Well, I'm going to say that right there at the end, just a little extra, because I think those, you know, when people need to hear those things the most, sometimes they don't hear them. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even you guys, for anybody who works so hard, they get caught up in working, sometimes you forget to give yourself your flowers, or just stop and look around and be like, dang, I'm living in what I prayed for. Yeah. Like, stuff comes so fast. And
Big facts.
Yeah, you hear people congratulate you, you be like, damn, wait, I did do that. And
for sure, that's true. Like, you're just in that eye of the storm. You don't really think to look and be like, golly, we did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts,
for sure.
Big Kahuna available now.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Pretty Committee.
Welcome to the Pretty Committee.
Hell yeah, man.
All of her contact information is below, man. Y'all tap the fuck in, Pretty Shy for real, man. We appreciate you pulling up. And
for sure.
Like I said, you got some shit to say. We'll do it again, all right?
Shout out Edward Crow.
Shout out Edward Crow. We fucking love you, Bubba. Shout out Kyra Inc. for sure. ChadArmesTV.com. I got some shit to say.com. Pretty Shy. Y'all tap the fuck in. Chatty, get us the fuck out of here.
Bow.
Bitch, we got views.